Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the PY question statistics. Today I will explain you how you can solve the multivariate distribution questions from the GATE and the IIT JAM. I will explain all the questions within the 10 to 15 second time period so that you can solve each questions within a very reasonable time. Myself Dr. Harishkar. You can simply follow my YouTube channel where you can find the two playlists. One is related to the GATE statistics and you can find the various PY questions related to the GATE and the CSIR NET examination. There is one more playlist for the IIT JAM students and you can find the PY question series of the IIT JAM mathematics and the IIT JAM statistics in this playlist. So before I start directly move on this PY question series, let me tell you what I can teach you in this lecture. I will explain all the shortcut tricks. Let me firstly introduce what are the various shortcut tricks. So here I will explain you the topic multivariate distribution. Fine. So I have discretized this video into the three portions. One is expected mean, correlation and the probability like of this. Whenever you will find the question related to the mean of here, then you can see in this lecture. After this lecture I will upload the correlation and finding the probability. So remember in this lecture I am explaining you how you can find the mean of the variable x, conditional probability and many more in this lecture. So I assume that you all know the standard distributions like binomial, Poisson, geometric and their respective mean and variance. Like for the binomial, what is the mean is n into p, variance npq, mean is my lambda, variance is lambda. Geometric distribution, mean is my 1 over p, variance is q over p square. Similarly, for the continuous distribution, you must remember about its mean and variance. Now, if you have a multivariate distribution like x and y, I denoted f of x comma y as a joint density function or the mass function depending upon whether it's a continuous or discrete. F of x is my marginal of x and fy is the marginal of y. Then if x and y are my independent, then you all know expected value of the xy is expected value of x, expected value of y. If they are not independent, then you can't write as equality. In terms of the PDF, if they are independent, you can write as f of xy is product of the marginal function. If they are not independent, then you can write this function depending upon the conditional probability. If I write as a x, then the second term will be y over x. Or you can write this function as, say, y is firstly and then it is my x condition y. And this concept I have used in 90% of the examples. Fine. And from here you can also find the probability of the conditional is f of xy divided by fx and here. Another is whenever you have find the conditional probability of x condition y, like from here, this is the x condition y, same for the y condition x. Then what is the meaning of that? Y is already occurred. So if you know the distribution of y, then you can easily find the expected value of y and variance of y. But how you can find the expected value of y and expected value of the x and variance of the x? So I will tell you the simple approach is you can use this formula. Remember, if y condition x is given to you, then you can find the expected value of y is expected value of this. Similarly for the variance, expected value of the variance, variance of the expected value. If the PDF of the x comma y is given to you, what is the meaning of the PDF is? Either it's a binomial, either it's a Poisson distribution, either it's a normal distribution or the exponential distribution. And the PDF of y is given to you as gy, then you can find the PDF of y condition x, which is nothing but the product of these two quantity, where this is my proportional and this is called as the Bayes theorem. The last one is when you have the multinomial distribution, then each of the xi's will follows my binomial distribution with the parameter n and pi, each of the pi's and of this. And the variance is, and once is a binomial distribution, the mean is np, variance is npq and the covariance is minus n pi into pj. So let's start with the PY questions. So before I start, you can join with me through my WhatsApp group. You can scan and join here. Okay, look at that. Your target is to find the expected value of y. So what is the tips for you? Your target, if you look at that, you can think about this is f of x comma y. Write the two different function. So you can see what come in your mind when e raised to power something is given to you. That means it's a Poisson distribution. So I can write this function as e raised to power minus 2, 2 raised to power x over x factorial. This is my one term, and the remaining one is ncx 3 over 4 raised to power y 1 over 4 of x minus y. That's over. What is that? This x follows my Poisson distribution with the parameter 2. What is that? This is a binomial. What is a binomial is ncx, but here x is my, so it means this is y condition x. It follows my binomial distribution where n is my x and probability is 3 by 4. Once you identify this, then it's a very easy. Then how you can find the expected value of y? What I told you, this is expected value of y over x whenever you find this value. So what is the expected value of this part? This is a binomial distribution. The mean is n into p. Fine. So 3 over 4 is outside. What is the expected value of the Poisson distribution? That is my 2. So the right answer is 3 over 2 is my correct answer. Always remember your target is to bifurcate them and write the conditional probability form. So what does it means? This is my f of x and this is my f of y condition x. Look at this another one. X and y is given to you as f of x comma y, and your target is to find the mean. Remember always, whenever you are trying to find the expected value, then forget about the constants. Don't think about the constant. So it is proportional to 1 over x. Y varies from 1, 2 and so on. My target is to find y condition x. So which distribution it follows? You can see. Can you identify which distribution is here? This is the uniform distribution. That is a discrete uniform distribution. What is the PDF is? If I say my this and up to here, then what is the PDF of this? 1 over a minus 1 plus 1. This is the discrete distribution. And you can see x minus 1 plus x is my here. So this is my uniform distribution over the domain 1 comma x. Then what is the expected value of y comma x? You all know what is the mean of the uniform distribution? A plus b over 2. So that is a 1 plus x over 2. And the value of the x is given as a 3. So it is my 1 plus 3 over 2. That is my right answer is 2. You can see a maximum 10 to 15 seconds you are needed if you know what is the PDF of the binomial, exponential, normal, uniform and all others. Look at this one. x1 and x2 are the independent. Each follows, xi follows my exponential distribution with the parameter lambda. Then your target is to find the x1 plus x2. You all know if xi follows this, then some of them will follows the gamma distribution with the parameter 2 because they are the two variables, comma parameter lambda. I can also return this is follows the gamma distribution with the parameter 1 and of this. Then your target is to find x1 condition x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. Fine. I think that's again a simple. What is the PDF of, if I consider this is my y, then your target is to find x1 condition y. What is the PDF of the y? Since it is a gamma distribution, so what is the PDF of the gamma distribution here? Y raised to power 2 minus 1, e raised to power minus lambda x, lambda raised to power 2, gamma of 2. That means lambda square y e raised to power minus lambda x. So what is the conditional probability? That's again simple. How you can write this conditional probability? x1 comma y divided by f of y. Now since what is the f of y? That is my here y e raised to power minus, and the sum is my 1, that is a y is equal to 1 is given to you, and the numerator is my independent, so you can simply write this as exponential distribution. Fine, because they are independent, so I can return this as a product of this. So product of this means is a lambda square. Although this is the constant value, there is no need of this, so this answer is 1 over y, and what is the value of the y is 1. So that means the PDF of x1 condition x1 plus x2 is 1. So which distribution it follows? Is it exponential distribution? No, because if it is exponential distribution, its value will be my here, but it is a 1. So 1 means it's a uniform distribution. So right answer is C is my correct answer. Now look at this. Y follows my uniform distribution. Conditional distribution of x is given to be here. So can you identify which distribution it follows? You can see, what is that? It's a x condition y. So what is that? It is a 1. I can written as a 1 over y minus 0. That means it follows my uniform distribution with the range 0 comma y. Fine, because what is the PDF of this? What is the PDF of the 1 over y minus 0? Because they continuous. Then expected value of the x. How you can find the expected value of x? That I told you the earlier tips, that this value will be here. So what is the expected value of x condition y? This is the uniform distribution. What is the mean of the uniform distribution? A plus b over 2. That is a 0 plus y over 2. Half is outside. Expected value of y. Y follows my uniform distribution. What is the mean of the y? A plus b over 2. So that is 1 over 4 is my right answer of the problem. Hardly you need a 10 to 15 seconds to solve the problem if you know the distribution, and that much second you are needed to comment and like on the video. Okay, look at that. X and y are continuous distribution. X is given to be my here, which is half e raised to power minus x. This x is my greater than or equal to mod of y. Then your target is to find the expected value. So just forget about the constant. I can return this number as here. Fine. So which distribution it follows? Clearly say it follows my exponential distribution with the parameter 1. But the center value is not 0. So what does it mean? X condition y is follows my exponential distribution with the initial value plus of exponential distribution. Fine. Then your target is to find the value of the mean. So what is that? Y is equal to minus 1. So it will minus 1. What is the exponential distribution mean? 1 over lambda. So 1 over 1. This is my 2 is the right answer. X and y are following the joint distribution here. So which is f of n comma k, that is the x comma y, and then expected value of the x. You can also see about here. Can you identify which distribution will work over this domain? Is it a Poisson distribution? No, because Poisson distribution starts from the 0. Which distribution will work over 1, 2, 3 and so on? That's a discrete. This is a geometric. Fine. So what is the PDF of the geometric of the k? Half k minus 1 into this one, because half is given. So I can return this function in terms of firstly this value k minus 1 into half. So what is the remaining is, I can return this number is my k. So what is the remaining part is half n plus k plus 1. Fine. Now yes, it is fine. Then what is that? Y is my k. So this is my k. So y follows my geometric distribution with the parameter half. Then what is the expected value of the geometric distribution? 1 over p. P is my half. The right answer is 2 is my right answer. And this, what is that? This is dependent on the x and y both. So it means this is my x condition y. So the right answer of the mean is 2 is the right answer. Look at this next one. Again you are talking about the expected value. Just forget about the constant. So x over y is constant. This domain, fine, and you need x as the upside, so y condition x. So can you find the PDF of this? Is I can multiply, I can return this is 1 over y. So this, sorry, 1 expected value of the y, so y is my here, so I can return this number as, x less than y, so I can return this number is 1 minus x. So it means I can replace this number like of here, fine. So what is that? Can you identify which distribution is here? It's a uniform distribution with the lower value x, upper value 1. Then that's over. Now you have to find the expected value of y condition x. What is the expected value of this? 1 plus x over 2. X value is given as a half. So what is that? If x is half, it is my 3 over 4. Fine. So a is my first value. So 1 over 4 cancel, 1 over 4 cancel. Now b is the variance. Can you find the variance of this number? What is the variance of the uniform distribution? B minus a whole square over 12. So x minus a whole square over, so what is that? X is half. So at x is my half, this value is b, half 1 over 4 divided by 12. So 1 over 48 is the right answer. So 1 over 48 D, this option is cancel, is the right answer. I hope you can like, you can comment and subscribe my channel as well. Okay, again you are talking about the expected value. So what is given to you? X 1 over y e raised to power minus x over y. Look at the domain. Can you identify which distribution will work over here? It's a uniform distribution. So what is the PDF of the uniform distribution? 1 over 1. So I can return this number as a 1. Fine. So this is my y. What is that? This is the exponential distribution with parameter is, so I can say this is my x condition y, which follows exponential distribution with the parameter 1 over y. Fine. Then now I can return here expected value of this is follow the exponential distribution with the parameter here, and y follows the uniform distribution over 0 1. So how you can find the expected value of x? Expected value of x condition y. So what is the expected value of exponential distribution? That is a 1 over lambda. So lambda is my 1 over y, it's a y. So what is the expected value of y? A plus b over 2. So expected value is my half. So this option cancel. What is the expected value of y? A plus b over 2. Half and half both are the, so A is my correct answer. Again it's a joint density function, and again your target is to find the variance. Now can you identify, okay, I have written this function, this divided by root of 2 pi. Okay, now if you look about this, which things come in your mind when you return this number as mod x1 is less than 2? That means I can return minus x2 x1. So that means again it works on the uniform distribution because it is given an interval. So what is the PDF of this? 1 over 2x2, and already x2 is written to us. So because 2 is my constant, I can multiply and divide, there is no problem. So it means x2 follows my uniform distribution. No, sorry, x1. x1, is it fine? x1 will follows, no, x1 is dependent on the x2. So x1 condition x2 follows my uniform distribution over this. And what is that? It is only x2. So it means x2 follows which distribution is here? Normal distribution. Mean is my 0, standard deviation is my 1. Then your target is to find the variance of x1. How you can find the variance of x1? Expected value of variance of x1 condition x2 plus variance of expected value of x1 condition x2. So this is expected value. What is the variance of the normal? What is the variance of the uniform distribution? This whole square over 12. So 4, this is x2 square divided by 3 plus what is the mean of this? Mean is my 0, so variance is 0. So it means it is 1 over 3 expected value of x2 square. So what is the x2 square? X2 square is my here. What is the expected value of this? You can find through the variance. Variance is my 1. Fine. This is e of x2 square minus 0 square. So the answer is 1 over 3 is my right answer of this problem. The only thing is you need to identify the distribution. That's all. Okay, look at this one. X and Y are the IID and they are uniform distribution. PDF of the X is 1. PDF of Y is equal to 1. Then the expected value of this. Expected value of X condition here. Fine. So firstly I can find the PDF of this. How you can find? That's very simple. It's a varying over the 0 and 1. X condition X greater than Y is my here. Fine. This is my, I can draw it completely. This is my x0. This is my rectangular and this is my here. So X greater than Y. So that means this portion. Fine. Now since it is a rectangle, so this area is half because it divides equally. This area is also half. So what is the answer of this? Probability of X condition here divided by X condition of this. So denominator is half. Fine. Can you find the numerator value? This value, because it's a PDF, is independent, so I can return this is fx into fy, that is a 1. So this answer is my 2. How is the answer? Expected value of x into PDF. What are the limits of this? Can you identify the limit? Again, I think it's a very simple. No. How you can identify the limits of this problem? Because this is a double integration. So you can find the limits from this. So I can take y 0 to x and x is here. So I can take 0 to x, 2x of dx, and x is my 0 to 1. So what is the answer of this? You said 2x square, that means x square from 0 to 1. So what is the answer of this? So x square of x square, fine. So it is my 1 over 3. X cube over 3, yes, 1 over 3. A is my right answer of this problem. Look at this next one. X and Y are my continuous expected conditional distribution of X follows uniform distribution 1 minus Y, 1 plus Y. Variance of X. The same way as I told you, expected value of this here plus variance of expected value. So what is the variance of the uniform distribution? B minus A whole square by 12. So what is the B minus A? 2y over 12. So that's a y square over 3. So it is expected value of y square over 3. What is the expected value of this? A plus B over 2. So that is a 1. So variance of the constant value is 0. 3 is outside. Expected value of the y square is my 6. So the right answer is 2 is my right answer. Look at the next one. X and Y are the joint density function, and here. So you can see the domain of this is given here. And now which domain working on this? It's a normal. Which domain working on this is exponential. Now you can see x is written here. So I can multiply 2 and divide it by 2. Fine. And since this is the constant, so there is no worry. So I can say 2 root pi root of 2 e raised to power minus y minus x whole square over 2. So what does it mean? It means x follows exponential distribution with the parameter 2, and this is y. This is the exponential distribution, and we all know it's a x minus mu. X is my y, so it means y condition x follows the normal distribution with the mean is x and standard deviation is 1. then your target is to find the expected value of y. How you can find that? Expected value of conditional. Fine. So substitute this value. What is the mean of this number? The mean is my x. What is the mean of the x? Exponential distribution has the mean 1 over lambda. So half is the right answer of this problem. Okay, look at this one. It's a bivariate distribution. Okay, I can assume it's a bivariate distribution, so find the mean and the variance of this. Can you find the mean of this? Expected value of x1 0, y1 0 is my here. Can you find the variance of y? Variance of x1 4 times variance of x2 plus 2 times AB 1 into 2 into covariance of x1 into x2. Variance of x1, because the mean is 0, so variance is my 1. This is 4 into 1 plus 4 into covariance. How you find the covariance? I can find the covariance from here. What is the covariance of x1 x2? E of xy minus ex into ey. So half. So it will be cancelled out. 4, 5 and 7. So I can change into the z. What is the z is? Minus mean is my 0 divided by standard deviation. Standard deviation is 7. So it's a z is greater than 1. So can you identify the value? You can see this number is my 0. Fine, this is my 1. So your target is to find this number. So clearly say this number, it can never be 0.5. This number can never be greater than of the, because this number will less than of 0.5. So this option is cancelled, this option is cancelled. This is my right answer. Otherwise, in your examination question paper, these values are given to you in the front of the sheet. Okay, look at this one. F of x comma y is e raised to power minus x. What is the domain of the axis? X is greater than of y. You can see that. What is that? This is the exponential distribution, but it is start from the y. So we call this as a double exponential. So what is the meaning of that? X will follows exponential distribution with the parameter 1 plus this value, starting value. Fine. Now you have to find the expected value of x. What is the mean of the exponential distribution is 1 plus expected value of y. Now how you can find the mean of y? That's the only thing you have to need to solve. Yes, expected value of the y. So can you find the distribution of y from here? So since I can return this as a 1, so it means y will follows. No, how you can find the value of y? Which distribution it? Oh, sorry, this is dependent on the y. It is not a x. It is not a x. It dependent on the y. So it's a x condition y will follows exponential distribution 1 plus you can take as a starting point y. Then expected value of this into this, that is my expected value of x. So what is that? It is a 1 plus y. Now how you can find the expected value of the y? Okay, I need to find the distribution of the y as well. Okay, so what I can do is I return this number as here. X minus y is a plus y, it's a minus y. Fine. So this number is my x condition y. This number is my y. Which distribution is here? This is my exponential distribution with the parameter 1. It is e of y. So what is the mean of the exponential distribution? Is my 2 is the right answer. Okay, look at this another one. F is given to be here. Okay, you can see I gave you the one earlier tips. If this distribution is given to you, PDF of the y is also given to you. How you can find the reverse of this? You can simply multiply these two distribution. So if once I multiply this 2 distribution, that's a proportional to y square e raised to power minus 1 plus x times y. So do you identify which distribution is here? Yes, this is my gamma distribution with the parameter 3 and 1 plus x. This is called as Bayes theorem. For more detail about the Bayes theorem, I recommended you can watch my this lecture available at here. There's a Bayes estimator. If you watch this lecture completely, you will learn many tricks. Now this is my y condition x. Your target is to find the expected value of this at x is equal to 1. So what is the mean of the gamma distribution? 3 over here. Fine. Now at x is equal to 1, this value will be my 3 over 2. So 1.5 is my right answer of the problem. Okay, look at this another one. Again, if you look about this, which distribution will work over here and which distribution will work over this case? So definitely it works on the binomial. This, because it starts from the 0, it work on the Poisson distribution. So y. So I can write this function e raised to power minus 2 x factorial y minus x factorial. So I can multiply this by y factorial. I can divide it by y factorial. E raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power x. I can written here. So I can written divided by 2 raised to power y as well. So clearly say, what is that? This y will follows my Poisson distribution of the 2. This half x, I can written also this as this number. Fine. So what does it mean? It means x condition y will follows binomial distribution with the n, because this expression I can written as ycx half of x half of y minus x. So it's a binomial distribution with the parameter half. So now expected value of the x, we are okay. Find firstly expected value of this. Can you find the expected value of this? It's a binomial distribution, so mean is n into p, and what is the value of the y is 4. So it is my 2. This is my correct. Fine. Now second part is, can you find the expected value of the x? How you can find the expected value of the x from this case? Expected value of the x is expected value of x condition y. So it will be expected value of y over 2. So half is outside, expected value of y. So what is the expected value of y for the Poisson distribution? It is my 2. Answer is 1. But he said 2. Fine. Now the moment generating function. So I have these two distributions. Fine. Now what is the y? Y is my Poisson distribution. So what is the moment generating function of the y? E raised to power lambda, e raised to power t minus 1. Lambda is my 2. So yes, it satisfied. The moment generating function of this one. How you can do? Again, a very simple. This is for my x. This is for my y. If I substitute u is my 0 in this case, then you will get the moment generating function of v. V means y. I can check. What will happen if u is equal to 0? U is 0, it means 1 plus 1, 2, and I can take 2 as a common. It is minus 1 plus e raised to power v, which is same of this. If I substitute v as a 0, then you will get as the moment generating function of x. If I take v as a 0, its value will be 1. It is e raised to power minus 1 plus e raised to power u. What is that? This is the Poisson distribution of 1, and we all know this is the Poisson distribution. Fine. How you can identify the distribution of this? I will tell you. If x follows my, okay, y follows that, I can return here is, if y follows the Poisson distribution with the parameter this, x condition y follows the binomial distribution with the parameter n into p, then x follows my Poisson distribution with the parameter lambda into p. So from here, can you find the distribution of this? It follows the Poisson distribution with the mean 2 into half is 1. So what is the moment generating function of the x? E raised to power lambda e raised to power t minus 1, which is same of here. And once you know it's a Poisson distribution, what is the mean of the x? 1. The same x we have obtained from here. So that's why right answers are A, B and D are the correct answers. Look at this another one. X is my, okay, firstly my target is to be here. I can return this number as this number. X is the number of the heads obtained in the sequence of the 10 independent tosses of the coin. Which distribution it follows? It follows the binomial distribution. Probability of the head is half. So can you find the expected value of the x? N into p. So that is my 5. So this value will be 5 plus something. The fair coin is tossed again x number of times. Y is the number of the heads obtained in the x. That means y is dependent on the x. Which distribution it again follows? Number of the heads, probability is half, x number of the times. Again it follows the binomial distribution. N is my x and probability is my here. So how you can find the mean of the y? This is expected value of this. So what is the expected value of y condition x? Is a binomial. So binomial mean is n into p. So half is outside. Expected value of x. So what is the expected value of the x? 5. It's a 5 over 2. So the right answer is 5 plus 5 is 10 is the right answer. Look at this another one. Now your target is to find the conditional distribution. Again the expected mean. So do you identify which distribution is here? There is no distribution. There is no distribution. So I can draw the graph of this. X is equal to y is equal to 2. So this is my shaded portion. This corner is my 2, 2. I need to find x condition y. What is that? This is f of x, y divided by f of y. So I can find the firstly marginal of y. This is 3 by 4 is outside. Y minus x into dx. So take the horizontal step. This value is my 0. This value is my y. So it's from 0 to y. So can you integrate them? With respect to x, so it is my xy. This is my x square over 2 from 0 to y. So 3 over 4. Y square minus y square by 2 is a y square over 2. So 3 over 8 y square. I can substitute here. So 3 over 4 y minus x, 3 over 8 y square. So that will be twice, because I need y is equal to 1. So I can substitute here. This value will be. So what is the expected value of this quantity? Integration of x into PDF. Fine. So now what is the limit is 0 to 1. Why? It is not 2 because I have the restriction y is equal to 1. So this is a line of y is equal to 1. So my reason is this one. Now how you can solve? 2 is outside. It's a x. Integration of the x is x square over 2. X square, integration of the x square is x cube over 3 from 0 to 1. So this is 2 into 1 over 6. So that means 1 over 3 is my right answer of this problem. Okay, look at this another one. Xi's are the random samples from this. Okay, this is an unknown parameter. So that means they are talking about the testing of the hypothesis. That's a part of the statistics. Which of the following is the conditional expectation does not depend upon theta? Do you remember that? Whether it's the unbiased, whether it's the consistent, whether it's the sufficient estimator or anything which relate with the conditional expectation? Only the sufficient estimator. Sufficient estimator is the only definition which involves the conditional expectation. Now what is theta is my unknown. So if this is my unknown, what is the sufficient estimator of the mean? So we all know sum of the xi is my sufficient estimator of the theta. So that means x1 plus x2 plus x3 is my independent of theta. So look at the option which involve independent of theta. That means whatever this, if I written here, this is also independent of theta. So you can see the last option is only here, because the rest of the option is not the sum of this. So the right answer is only D is the correct answer. Okay, look at this another one. Again there is no distribution, so I can draw the graph of this. X, y is equal to 1, x is less than y, so this portion is my here. Fine. Then your target is to find the expect. So firstly I found this value, PDF of this. It is f of x comma y divided by f of y. So what is the f of y? I can integrate with respect to x. So I can integrate with respect to x, 0 to, this line is here, so 0 to y. So 8y is outside, it is x square over 2 from 0 to y. So it's a 4y cube. So this value is my 8xy over 4y cube, 2x over y square. Then your target is to find the mean. So mean is x into this value, that is 2x over y square. Now the upper value is my y naught. So there is something as a y naught. So it means I can substitute y as a y naught. Upper limit is y naught, which comes to be half. So 1 over y naught square is outside, 2 is outside, inside is x square. X square integration is x cube over 3 from y naught to 0. So what is that? 2 over 3 is outside, it's a y naught is half. So what is my y naught? 4 over 3 is the, no, sorry, 3 over 4 is a 3 over 4. A is my correct answer. Okay, look at this another one. Is a gate examination. Okay, how you can think about the expected value of xy? That is a covariance. Find covariance of this minus expected value of x, expected value of y. Now whenever you have the bivariate distribution, always write whatever the constant e raised to power minus half of q. Can you find the value of the q? Firstly, it's a minus half, it's not a minus half, so I can take minus half as a common. Then it's a 25 over 16 x square plus 4y square minus 3xy. Fine. Once you find this quadratic form, write partial derivative with respect to x is 0, partial derivative with respect to y is 0. So after solving, you will get the value of the x, you will get the value of y. That is nothing but mean of the x and mean of the y. But there is no need of them. We can clearly say 0, 0 satisfied this equation. So it means the x value will be my 0, y value will be my 0. You may find that you can find the partial derivative with respect to x 0. You write the two equation and solve, you will get this expression. So this value is my 0, this value is my 0. So it means expected value of xy is my covariance. Now how you can find the covariance? Again very simple. If I write the covariance matrix or variance covariance matrix, how you can write that? It's a very simple. I can write this pair. Firstly, it's an inverse. Fine. Coefficient of the x square. What is the coefficient of x square? Is 25 over 16. Coefficient of the y square, half of the coefficient of xy, half of the coefficient of xy. Fine. Now it's an inverse. Can you find this value? So firstly find the determinant of this. It is my 25 over 4 minus plus 9 over 4. Sorry, it's a minus also. Fine. So it's a minus. So it's a 16 over 4. So that means 1 over 4. How you find the inverse of this? So the diagonal entries are reverse. Fine. This value is written at here. This value is written at here. So what is that? Covariance. This number is my covariance. So 3 over 8 minus 3 over 8 is the expected value. So I can multiply this by 8. Right answer is minus 3 is my correct answer of this problem. Okay, again your target is to find the variance of x. So I can firstly look about the options. Which distribution will work from 1, 2, 3 and so on? Is it a Poisson distribution? No, because Poisson distribution start from the 0, but in this case it is not a 0. That means which distribution will follow? Geometric distribution. Which distribution will, whose range is like here? It's a binomial distribution. So I can write this value as half of 2x. So I can write half of 2x is my this form. Fine. Now once it's a binomial distribution, or how I can write this number is half raised to power y, half of n minus x. This value will be same, and this value I can written in the geometric. So geometric means x minus 1 of this. Fine. So what is that? This is my x, which is totally dependent on the x. It follows my geometric distribution with the parameter 2. It dependent on this, so y condition x will follows my binomial distribution with the n x probability half. Then your target is to find the variance of y. So that is expected value of variance of y over x plus variance of expected value of variance over x. So I can substitute what is the variance of the binomial distribution is npq, so x over 4 plus expected value of the y over x, that's a mean n into p. Fine. So 1 over 4 is outside. What is the mean of the x? What is the geometric distribution mean? 1 over p, 2. What is the variance of the x is? Q over p square. So q is again half, p is my 1 by 4, so which is 2. So this is my 2. 1 variance of the 1 by 4 is outside. Variance of the x is my 2. So what is that? It's a 4 is the LCM. It's a 4. 1 is my right answer of the problem. Look at this another one. What is given to you? Okay, now this is a conditional distribution and it's a bivariate distribution. Always remember. Say I called this number is my say h. This number I called as a g. Whenever your target is to find this case, then always use this formula. That is just like say regression line of x over y. So we need a mean of first value. So what is that? I can say mean of the h. H means here. So can you find the mean of this value firstly? E of h, x plus y. X is here, y is there, so it's a minus 1. So this is my minus 1 plus r, covariance. We will find it later. What is the variance of the y? Y is my here. So g, 2x minus y. Can you find the mean of the g? 2 times 0 minus minus plus 1. Find the variance of the h, variance of the x, variance of the y plus 2 times covariance of x comma y. Correlation is given to you. So what is the correlation is? Covariance divided by variance of x, variance of y. So this value is my minus half. Covariance, square root of the variance is 2 and it is a 1, so it is my 2. So covariance is my minus 1. So variance of x is 1, it's a 4, it's a minus 1. So it is my 3. Can you find the variance of the g? It's a 4 times variance of x, 4 variance of y minus 4 times covariance of x comma y. So variance of x is 1, variance of y is 4, variance covariance is my minus 1, so it's a plus 4, it is my 12. Fine. Now I can substitute here. Covariance is my minus 1, sigma x into sigma y, that is root 3, root 12, that's a 36. So this number is my 6. I can substitute here. Expected value of the first value is my h, that is a minus 1, plus r is my minus 1 over 6, sigma y over sigma x. sigma y means this value. What is the mean of this? Root 12 divided by root 3. This comes to be root 4, that is my 2. So this into 2. Y is my here, which is given as a 1, minus mean of this previous value. Mean of this previous value is my 1. So I written as a 1. So this value will be cancelled out. It is my minus 1. Variance sigma is already given as a half. So it is 1 minus half is 3 by 4 into sigma x square, that is the first value. Variance of the first h, it is my 3. So it is into 3. So that is minus 1, 9 over 4. Fine. Now that's over. So I can return this number is h condition g, and h condition g will follows my normal distribution with 9 over 4. Now your target is to find the probability of h greater than 1. I can convert into the z. It is 2 divided by 3 over 2. So probability of z greater than 4 over 3. So what is that? Z greater than is a minus 4 over 3, which is equivalent of z less than 4 over 3. So the right answer is D is my correct answer. Okay, look at this another one. X follows the uniform distribution over the 0, 4. Y condition x follows the uniform distribution over x square over 4. Then expected value of y square. Again I can use, because y is given here, I can again use the same concept. Fine. Now can you think about which term which will help you to find this value? That is a variance. Fine. Because we all know variance of the x is expected value of the x square minus whole square. So same I can apply here. The variance of yx plus expected value of y condition x whole square. So what is the variance of y condition x? Is a uniform distribution. So what is the variance is? B minus a whole square divided by 12. So what is that? Is x4 16 into 12. x4 16 into 12 plus what is the mean of this? Mean of a plus b over 2. So that is x square over 8 whole square. So what is that? x4 will be common. It's a 64. I can again take as a 64 common. So it's a 1 over 3 plus 1. Fine. So it's a 4 over 3. So 4 over 3, it's a 4 over 3 into 64 expected value of x4. So it is my 1 over 16. So 1 over 48. So x is my uniform distribution. Now you can integrate them. 1 over 4 into, because the PDF of the x is 1 over b minus a. So 0 to 4. So what is that? It's a 1 over 4 into 48 x raised to power 5 over 5 from 0 to 4. It is 1 over 4 48 4 raised to power 5 over 5. So it is my 4 raised to power 4. 4 raised to power 4 I can written here. 48 I can written as 16 into 3 into 5. So 4 cancel. So answer is 16 divided by 15 is the right answer. Okay, look at this another one. Again your target is to find the expected value. So how you can write that? We all know how you can find the expected value of x. X into px. X follows the, although it's not a multivariate, it's a single variable. So how you can find its x value into, just wait, this is expected value of 1 over x plus 1 into probability of x divided by x greater than 0. So if I look about the denominator also, how I can find that? This number, what is the Poisson distribution? E raised to power mean is lambda over 0 factorial. What is that? 1 minus e raised to power. So clearly say there is no denominator appears, only this appears. So you can see this is my right answer. Otherwise you can substitute value, you can also get the same answer. Okay, look at this one. Again, you never know what is the distribution of this, so we can draw the graph of this. X is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, and your shaded portion is y is greater than 1. So this is my portion. Fine. Your target is to find the expected value of x. So this is x into fx. Fine. So can you find the limit of the x? On the, it says 0 to 1. So what is the fx? So we can find the marginal of x. So this is, c is my outside, x square over y cube. So what is the limit of y is 1 to infinity. So c is outside, x square is outside. Integration of this is minus 1 over 2y square from 1 to infinity. So it's a cx square. When you take infinity, it's a 0. When you take 1, it's a 1 over 2. So the answer is c over 2x square. So I can substitute here. C over 2 is outside. X square means x cube. So what is the answer of this is c over 8. Now your target is to find the c. So that's a simple how you can do that. The double integration of x square over y cube dx dy. So the limit of this is 1 to infinity, and x is my here. So I can written y firstly and x here, which is 1. Fine. So what is the answer of this? I can firstly integrate like this manner. So cx square, it is my 1 over 2. Fine. Which is 1. So what is the integration of this? C, 1 over 6 is equal to 1. So c will be my 6. So 1 c will be 6. It's a 6 by 8. 3 by 4.75 is my right answer. Okay, look at this another one, which is as here. Okay, I can substitute this value firstly in here. M minus 1, 1 over 3 raised to power n. So which distribution will work over here? If I multiply by half and divide it by 2, so clearly say this is my geometric distribution. Fine. Now when it will be the geometric distribution? 1 is a 1 by 3, I have to written as 2 by 3. So it means I have multiplied by 3 and divided by 3. So I have written like here. Fine. It's the same thing. Now what is that? This is follows again a geometric distribution, but the p is my here, because we all know PDF of the geometric distribution is my here. So what is the m? M is for my x. X follows my geometric distribution with the half parameter. There is no m, so y follows the geometric distribution with here. Then your target is to find, and you can see they are independent as well. Why? Because this does not involve any of the m, this does not involve any of the n. So once they are independent, then you can write this is ex into ey. So what is the expected value of the geometric distribution? 1 over p, that is my 2. What is that? This is 3 over 2. Now you can multiply them, you will get right answer as 3 is the correct answer. Okay, look at this one. What is given to you? It's a multinomial. Fine. So what is a multinomial? Okay, fine. Firstly, you can think about here. Which term will look like, say here? It will be my binomial. Which term will be look like here? Again, it's a binomial. Fine. So firstly, I can think about the x. This is the term corresponding to the binomial. 16cx, and which the x is here 5 over 6, or I can written here 16 is, so it's a 1 over 2 raised to power 16. Fine. So now how you can make them as a binomial? I can make them as a x into half of n minus x. I can written like here. So if I combine this and this, so what will happen is a 16cx half raised to power x half raised to power 16 minus x. Fine. What is the remaining is x plus 1 c of y, 1 over 6 of y, 5 over 6 x plus 1 minus y. So do you get what is that? This x follows my binomial distribution with the n is 16 here. This is dependent on this. So y is dependent on the x. Again it follows the binomial distribution with x plus 1 and 1 over 6. Is it clear, everyone? Fine. Now look at the result. Now once we know the distribution, then the rest of the task is over. How you can find the E of y? So E of y is expected value this, that is x plus 1 over 6. So 1 over 6 is outside. What is the expected value of x? It is my 8. So this is 8 plus 1, that is 9 over 6. It's a 3 over 2, correct answer. Can you find the variance of y? Variance of y is expected value of variance of this. So variance of this is n p into q, fine, plus variance of this, variance of the mean. So x plus 1 over 6. So 5 over 36 is outside. What is the expected value of the x is 8. So it's a 8 plus 1. 1 over 36 is outside. Variance of the x. Can you find the variance of the x? npq. npq, that is my 4. Variance of the 1 is 0. So it's a 9. 9 into 5, 45, plus 4 over 36. So 49 over 36 is also the correct answer. Look at this another one. Variance of the x. Variance of the x is my 4, but it is a 3. This option is cancelled. Look at expected value of the xy. How you can find the expected value of xy? Again, very simple. I can replace this x as a x plus 1, fine, minus y. Then I can return this quantity as, or there is no need, why, I can tell you another way. I can return this x into y is the same manner as x. Y I can return as, fine, there is no issue about that. What is the expected value of the y condition x? It is x plus 1 over 6. So 6 will be outside. What is that? It is the expected value of the x square plus expected value of the x. So how you find the expected value of the x square? From the variance. So it will be, variance is 4 plus 64 plus 8. So how many answer is 68 plus 8, 76 divided by 6. So it will be 3. It will be 3 to the 6, 38 over 3. But he said 37. This option is cancelled. A and B are my correct. Okay, look at this another one. Again, you can look about the domain. It is a finite, so it will look like a binomial. It is finite, it will look like a binomial. Okay, firstly for the x, so I can see 10cx. Where is the x is? This x. So I can return this is 1 over 4 into x. Remaining part is 3 over 4, 10 minus x. So I can take as a 10 minus x from here. Fine. Look at the second part. 5cy. Y will be my here 3 over 4 of y, and the remaining is 1 over 4, 5 minus y, and we can see about here. So I think over which distribution it follows? It follows the binomial distribution with the mean 10 probability. Oh, sorry, n is 10 probability here. There is no dependent on the x, so y follows again the binomial with the n probability is my 3 by 4, and both are my independent. Fine. Now you can find the alpha. Expected value of the z. Expected value of the y is 15 over 4 minus expected value of the x, n into p, 10 over 4 plus 10. So it's a 5 over 4, 40 plus 45 over 4. Fine. Now what is the beta is? Variance. So it is the variance of y variance of x, because they are independent, so there is no covariance. Variance of y is NPQ, so 15 over 16. Variance of the x is 10, 13 over 16, so 45 divided by 16. Now I can substitute here. 8 times of this 90, 48 times of this, so it will be my 3, so 135. So answer is 225 is my right answer of this problem. I hope you can simply like, comment and the share as well. So we will see the next lecture on the part 2, multivariate distribution, where we have found the correlation and the covariance of the problem. I hope you can like, share and comment on video. Best of luck students. Happy learning.